Okay, so Galakrond Warrior. There's a link in the description, leads you to a Reddit post, and in that Reddit post or any of the other ones, there will be another link to a similar deck. I'm only saying this because I think that that deck also has potential, and it's a little more control-based, and it uses Dragon Synergy, so if you want to go along something of those lines, you definitely can. I won't judge you for not using my version. I think that the one in that guide is actually really good as well. Anyway, talking about this deck specifically, I'm going to go over the niche cards real quick first, then overall matchups and why I chose to go with this build, so let's just jump into it. Acidic Swamp Ooze, along with Spellbreaker, was for the Rogue matchup with the Necreum Apothecary. Now, according to Hearthstone Replay, the win rate should be about 43% into Death Rattle / Highlander Rogue, like both of them combined. And overall, I'm 65% win rate into that deck with 17 total matchups, and the deck is being played at a 26% popularity, or that class anyway, out of 66 games. So 17 out of my 66 games have been against Rogue. I've won the majority of them, and a lot of it, I think, has to do with the fact that I put Acidic Swamp Ooze and Spellbreaker in the deck. I kind of mulligan searching for them, and if I have them in hand, I keep them every single time, and I always save them for the Necreum Blade or the Necreum Apothecary. And then after that, I kind of just use my card draw to search for my Galakrond. I buff my own hand, and then I outstat him. And that's how I win that matchup a lot of the time. Obviously, it's not going to work every time. Sometimes you're just not going to have the silence, or sometimes he delays the Necreum Apothecary for a turn, so he's able to hit with the Necreum Blade and kill it off, and get the Death Rattle before I'm even able to Spellbreaker it or something, or I don't have Acidic Swamp Ooze. So obviously, it's not perfect, but it just helps the matchup. I'm going to skip the weird one. I'm going to go to Acolyte of Pain. Just a 3-drop that allows me to draw some cards, because the draw engine is hugely important. I have 2 with the Town Crier. I have 1 with Acolyte of Pain, 2 with the Shield Block as well, and 1 with Kronks. And that's really how I need to somehow thin my deck so I can get to Galakrond. Kronks, automatically getting me Galakrond, because it is my win condition. With the other cards that I draw, just helping me and buying me some time before I get there. So the last one is the Quicksand Elemental. The Quicksand Elemental actually synergizes really well with the Sign of Ruin. And, okay, so there are 2 ways that you can go with this deck. You can go with a Dragon Breeder right here, which is what the Dragon version of the deck runs. And I think that that's good, because you're able to put a Sign of Ruin back in your hand, and you're able to attack with them again with Rush and get more minions. But I actually think the Quicksand Elemental being the same cost, then lowering the attack of a lot of the minions that I'm trading into, means I can trade into more minions, they'll stay alive. And if they stay alive, that means I can hit face with them next turn. And into some matchups, being Rogue and Priest, where I actually have to go more aggressive before they get to their combos, I've liked this one more. I like the slightly more aggressive tone that this had for the deck. It helped me into these matchups quite a bit, and I don't know. I personally like it. You could definitely put in the Dragon Breeder. This one's kind of weird and niche, and definitely you don't need to have it in there. But yeah, another card that I added near the end was Deathwing, because I realized that it's a 12/12 for 8 that's a board wipe. And if it gets buffed by Galakrond, it's a 16/16 for 8 that's a board wipe. And that's pretty freaking good. So I decided to just throw it in there and take out the extra Acolyte of Pain, which I used to have 2 of. So that's basically where I'm at with this deck. In terms of the overall build is somewhere in between the more control version of the Dragon version, as well as the more aggressive version that runs Inner Fire, and the Bloodsworn Mercenary that revolves around Leroy Jenkins and getting a huge amount of burst that way. I think that version's a little too aggressive and actually limits your defensive capabilities a little bit, which does help you into some matchups like Priest, although that matchup is still losing, but it makes your matchup into something like Hunter and Zulok a little bit worse, which are matchups that you should generally be winning because you have so much control. So I didn't want to give that up, but I wanted to have a little bit more burst, which is why I threw in the Leroy Jenkins and Korkron Elite, which definitely helps into the Priest matchup and Rogue matchup, because if they don't get the heal, or if they don't get their combo pieces, then you're actually able to just kill them with burst after you play Galakrond, which is really, really nice. So yeah, that's basically how the deck runs. How the deck runs is you want to just burst the person down after you play Galakrond, or just raw outvalue them if you're playing into an aggro deck with things like, the Eternal Rover and Town Crier for draw or defense in the beginning. Turn 2 is a little iffy, but if you have Ritual Chopper, a lot of the time you'll just play it and, whack some minions that are high priority. And then turn 3 is when you really start going. You get the Evil Quartermaster or the Acolyte of Pain or Shield Block to draw or whatever. Then Devoted Maniac, ideally. Then ideally Shield of Galakrond. And then Kronks to draw you Galakrond. Or if you already have him, wait a turn. Maybe play a Scion of Ruin with like a hero power to stall for a little bit. And then play Galakrond, and then you really just take the game over after that. That's basically how the deck functions. It actually does it very consistently. My win rate with this deck over 66 games from last season, and the game that you're going to see right here is 60.6% over 66 games. So yeah, I think that it's a good deck. I really do. And I would very much recommend it. It's a little bit expensive, but you don't need Deathwing. He was a kind of late addition. You could definitely throw in an Acolyte of Pain. If you don't have Leroy, you could throw in another Galakrond Elite, and in some cases it's actually better because you're able to play Galakrond Elite, Hero Power, and then you're able to have more cards that you can use for the Invoke, so you don't actually end up losing that much damage. So if you don't have Leroy, you can do that. But I will say Ziliax, Kronks, and Galakrond are pretty needed for the deck, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy the game. See ya. Okay, don't judge the fact that I'm ranked 6, please. Okay, you know, the new year has just started. It is the 1st of January. It is 1:30, and I was making a guide on this deck. So I was writing it up and was like, oh, it's a new year. I should just start climbing. And it put me at rank 6. So anyway, as I said, into the probable mirror match, a lot of the time what you want to do is you want to react to what the other person plays. But since it might be Pirate, I actually think keeping Acidic Swamp Ooze and Shield Block is fine, because Shield Block gives me card draw. It's just cycle. It's fine. So we'll see what he is. But for right now, I'm going to just assume that it's going to be a mirror match, because I think it's more popular. But I don't know. That doesn't really clarify anything. Both decks run that card. So I'm going to just armor and pass. I don't necessarily need to invoke. I want to use that to deal with bigger minions if needed. And then again, like I said, the other thing about this deck is a lot of the time, it comes down to, oh my goodness, who gets the Galakrond first. I'm going to play Acolyte of Pain because odds are I either bait out an invoke card, which is a decent removal to kill him, or I get multiple things out of it. Is he going to play the 4-2 rush? He's got to, yeah. Okay. So I only get to draw one card out of him. That's a little bit of a bummer. He's able to get a little bit of tempo with that. But like I said, a lot of the time what you want to do is you want to react to his plays. And now I'm able to react to his play and keep my 2-2 alive. I'm at slightly lower health, but I have board control, which I actually think is a little bit more important. And I might as well play the Galakrond Elite at some point. Just because I'm not going to get him buffed with a Galakrond, so there's no real reason to keep him in my hand. Okay. That's fine. He's using up, again, some pretty decent cards, in my opinion, for no real reason. Oh, he has another one of those? Of course he did. Okay, that's fine. Galakrond Elite, we're just going to go face with it. We're going to force him to try to respond to this, because I don't want to use any of my board wipe to deal with that. I could have, alternatively, it was just like a shield block, armor up turn. And I know I'm not getting a lot of burst out of this, but like it's something. I'm very tempted to just double awaken here. It deals with this board. Yeah, it deals with this board. I might as well, right? Yeah, we'll do it. I don't think I need another one. Especially considering I have a Brawl in hand. This just wipes the board. I'm able to draw next turn. Shield the block. I'm saving the Acidic Swamp Ooze for when he plays Galakrond, and I'm able to kill his weapon. I've invoked one more time than he has, which is nice. I've now invoked the same amount of times as he has, which is fine. And now, I think I just shield block, Ritual Chopper, and Town Crier, even though I have this. Alternatively, I play this in Town Crier, or this and Hero Power. I'm gonna this in Hero Power. I want to be conservative with my resources. I want to outvalue him. Although, this is when he plays Galakrond, but he's only done it 3 times, so I'm not actually that worried about it yet. So next turn, I'm gonna have to draw a little bit, try to increase my odds of drawing Galakrond, and trying to end the game off of that. Okay. That's a little scary, I will admit, but it's not the end of the world. He drew both of his Scions, but ideally I draw my Scions off of Galakrond. Ah, yes, the combo piece, the one that I actually really like, I'm not gonna lie. Give me Scion, give me the Scion, give me the Scion, give me the... Yes, okay, now you're gonna get to see the combo, the thing I've been telling you all about. Lower the attack, play this, and he doesn't even die. None of them die, and now I've got moderate board control. If there were any turn where he'd play Galakrond, I think now would be the turn, because there's no reason not to at this point. Who's drawn more cards? He's drawn more cards than I have too. This is not good. Does he have it? Or Kronks? Either one hurts quite a bit. I just played against a mirror match. Oh, Warpath. Okay, so he's going the full control method of this deck. Wait. Oh, okay, I understand. He wants to Warpath again. Which makes sense, I'm not gonna lie. It's just, I don't know, a little weird. Oh my god, we got him. Wait, we got him. So we're gonna play this. And I think we're just gonna go face. I'm invoked 4 times. 2 Awakens, the Rush minion. Oh, and Shield. Okay, so I get to draw 4 cards. That's actually sick. That's actually really, really good. Maybe I draw another Scion. If I get a Scion, I'm so okay, well I didn't get a Scion, but that's not the important thing here, right? The important thing is I get to do 8 damage to his face, or just get a 5/7 out. I think I just want to get a 5/7 out. I got the Galakrond out first. I have a Leroy in hand. I have heal. I'm actually in a really good spot. The only thing that could have made this better is getting the Scion off of this, which I unfortunately didn't. But it was kind of asking for a lot, I'm not gonna lie. I did get a Ziliax. Okay, so he got it. Oh, he's forced to do it for only 2 cards. This actually means I think I just might win the game, or I'm very close to it because he was forced to do something that was just not ideal. I'm gonna gain some armor off of that, so it's not that big of a deal. If only I played that with Ziliax, that would have been insane. It would have been so strong. Low-key, I'm tempted to play this, because I know that he has very few ways of dealing with it, but it's also my main removal. So I'm going to just draw some cards, draw a card, play Ziliax, hit that, get rid of all of his armor, and that'll be my turn, I guess. Maybe. I get Kronks? That's a good card to draw. I think I am just going to Ziliax kill that, though. Is that optimal? I don't know when I'm going to play that now, because he didn't actually get the weapon, so that actually kind of ruins that strategy. He unintentionally outplayed me. I think I'm going to go with Kronks here, actually. An 8/8 taunt? Like, he can't really deal with that, unless he plays, his thingamabob, his Scions. And, like, there goes his Scion if he does do that. And then I'm able to, like, restabilize with Deathwing or whatever, and I have a decent amount of health now, so... I got the Galakrond off first, and I got mine at a higher value, which was kind of lucky, considering we had drawn pretty much the same amount of cards. He had drawn, like, 1 more than I had, but he started off with 1 more because he was going second, so, like, it was close. It was kind of a 50-50 on who got it first. Did he even top deck it? I wasn't paying attention to that. But anyway, in this matchup, like I said, you want to get as much value as you can. With that value, you can potentially take over the game, take over the board. He's going to be forced to play a Scion soon. Oh my goodness, this hand is so good. The things I got. The only thing that would have been better is instead of, like, the Eternum Rover, I get something like, what's it called? The Scion. 5 damage to all minions? Does he play the Scion now? I mean, I guess that's fine. That works. It's not bad. But at the same time, I don't really fully agree with that one, but okay. I guess I kill off his 6/6 for free. Let's get a Lackey, see what that is. If it's a good Lackey, we're chilling. If it's not, I'll just kill a 3/2, I guess. Ooh, wait, give it Rush? Ooh, do I want to give it Rush or do I want to just kill it? I think I want to keep the minion in hand. So we'll just kill that with my Hero of Power because I have like 40 health at this point. It doesn't really matter. I now have more cards in hand than he does. I think I'm just in a better spot than he is. You can play Leroy Jenkins into Brawl, perhaps? Or are you just doing that to kill Ziliax? Or Warpath or something. Actually, Warpath might make sense. I don't want to play the Deathwing yet. I want to play after he wipes my board and tries to build a board up himself. Okay. It's not that bad for me, I don't think. Let's draw a card first, I guess. Because that's always smart. Another Brawl, not necessarily what I want right now. Boom, boom. Kill this off. Hit him in the face for 2 damage. Then pass. Again, more cards in hand. I'm chilling right now. I have another Invoke card. I have Leroy Jenkins for a little bit of burst. I have Rush. That I can give something. The Acidic Swampoo's just did not land. I kept it in my opening hand, and it was just not ideal, I guess. But it was fine. I tried to read maybe a Pirate Warrior, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. Trying to read the Pirate Warrior is not a misplay by any means. It's just not necessarily... It just wasn't right this one time, which is fine. I think starting now, I'm going to have to start going face, honestly. Just like hard face with the chopper. Oh, okay, it's actually... Okay, so he's kind of filling the board at this point. I think maybe now we would play Deathwing. I feel like playing Deathwing now might not be bad. It clears his board and leaves me with a giant minion that he has to deal with. Kill off both of these. Play Deathwing. And then Hero Power whack him in the face. Then if he plays Deathwing himself, like, neither of us end up with anything, and then I still have more cards in hand and I'm chilling, so, you know. Looking at the cards he's played, he's used both of his Scions and the new one, both of his Devoted Maniacs. One of his, we both played Kronks, we both played a Shield, we're both at a similar, oh, wait, that's kind of sick. I didn't know he'd have a second one of those. Wait, no, that was only his first, that's my bad. I was thinking of a previous game that I played where he did have it. But, like, okay, at this point, I'm still not even in a bad position, right? Like, I can kill that this turn. If I do, what kind of position am I in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With these little dudes, give him Rush. That's 7, that's 9, that's enough to kill it, and then we'll play a 2-3. Give myself a lackey. Got a few less cards in my deck. But I still have Leroy, which is nice, and then the Scion. He was able to deal with my Deathwing really, really efficiently, though, which kind of sucks. Shield Slam, not bad. See, here's the thing, right? Neither of us have defensive options anymore. Okay, we'll kill the weapon. There's no reason not to at this point. We might as well just use it to get rid of that one. It gets some value. I'm fine with that. Do I play this? Is the question. And I'm leaning towards yes. Because I know that this is a dragon that he was given, right? Yeah, and then he's now top decking, basically. He's already used a Plague of Wrath, but he does have Brawls in the deck. Maybe. Maybe he has Brawls in the deck. I'll save it. I'll be smart about this. I need to save minions, because, like, since this is going to be a more drawn-out game, and he's already used his Leroy and stuff, like, he doesn't really have that many more defensive options left, I can afford to be a little slower and methodical with this one. Okay, that's fine. Maybe now I use Scion, and kill off the 5-3, and go face with my minions now. He's going face, that makes sense. He's trying to play for my fatigue, I think. Rush, I'm not going to draw anything off of that, but I don't really care. More, I just want to do as much damage as possible here. Hit, hit, hit. And we'll keep the 1-2. There's no reason to play it, as I said, and I actually might want to keep it so I can play something so I can activate a Brawl if I end up losing board control. There's Brawl. Okay. I win in like 2 turns. If I draw a Ritual Chopper, I just win. Do I win this game? Do I just win straight up? Yeah, I have Leroy. And Ritual Chopper, so. Ritual, Hero, Leroy, Smack Smack. And we'll play. Go for value. Got the Galakrond first. Kind of popped off. Okay, so the builds are similar, but the thing I like about his build is the Dragon Breeder. I think that the Dragon Breeder is actually kind of nice. I was stuck between that and the Quicksand Elemental in what I wanted to put in the deck, because here's the thing. Both of them work really well together, but the Quicksand Elemental actually can work on its own and with other value trades, whereas the Dragon Breeder only really works with the Scion of Ruin, and I don't know, I guess it also works with Deathwing too, but I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Should I play the Dragon Breeder or the Quicksand Elemental? I was trying to be a little unique with this deck and try to put my own little twist on it, and I think that nice little combo is unique enough and cool enough to where I think it, and it works well, so I don't think it's bad necessarily, but I do think that if enough people are like, hey, play Dragon Breeder, I might make the change. But anyway, moving on.